Hello and welcome back to Super Metroid. It is now time to start exploring the most grim and dreary and unpleasant set piece of the entire game, Maridia. Which I would say that because, well, I'm not certain that Yokoi and his team placed much emphasis on narrative technique and structure called Hero's Journey, but it is very plausible that they did. And usually, there's a phase of extremely grim and difficult phase where the hero has some sort of faces a really big and scary challenge, usually involving some sort of big monster and all that. And in this game, Maridia is exactly that phase of the story. It's got very grim setting, being the underwater hellhole, cold, bitter, black, dark, which is a quite interesting little contrast compared to the literally hellish landscape of Norfair. But it is still, and it's also a big area. I think it might be the biggest area of the entire game. Oh, that was a mistake. I should not have been there. Oh, and that one as well. Yeah, Maridia has quite a lot of this kind of, you could say, almost traps. That was a big mistake on my part. But once again, Samus is now underwater. And you can probably guess from the quite liberal use of my beam, it really doesn't matter. But that room was basically just a little bit of a misdirection, that it can go this way, but it can also go this way. It can go this way, but it can also go that way. And there's some big structures in this room, either telling that, yep, you might be coming back here later. So it's kind of... Although seeing that there's the surface structures are around here, it shows that Maridia might not be that deep. Although, of course, knowing the plausible climate conditions of Thebes, it most likely is very dangerous. And that area is something that, even if I would use some clever maneuvering with the wall jumps, it would not go anywhere because there would be a steel door. And of course, because it would be sealed door, I would not get in anywhere at all. So it's just a very careful slogging forward. With a big tunnel giving some extra hints about locations, even deeper in Maria. And this time there's some kind of structures around here. Yeah, destroyable floors with bombs, nothing special about that. Sinking sand traps underground, and weird looking critters. Alright, let's just put it like this. Come back and we'll get them to respawn. Alright, there's one. Alright. Now I have no idea how would you think going down to those areas. I personally have no interest of finding out either. That you could very difficult maneuveringly get through that path, but there's no really much point. So now as I use it. Alright, jump up here. And I could not get up there because that's a drop-down floor. So this whole trip was a massive waste of time. And there's no way down below either. So they're glowing. Like this. Had to try to make use of the wall jump maneuver. But in this room, luckily there's the like that. Not like this. Yep. Maridia's got a lot of annoying little platforming things, usually involving these sinking dirt ground. And those things are actually, you could say, subtle form of foreshadowing about what you're gonna encounter in here in Maridia. Come on. Get up, lady. Finally got out. Yep, annoying little dead end. Yeah, Maridia's got quite many of that kind of locations. And you could say, bit tricky platforming sections don't definitely help making Maridia less annoying location to get through. But luckily there's, well, quite certainly say that every location in Maridia is something that you want to make a good thorough look about. Where is there any possible secret walls or passages to get through? Like here, there is. But of course those critters showing from the below ground already told you, showed that. This place really is not nice at all. And now look at the map. Yep, that's a big area. Very big, and there's big rooms and they're quite messy as well. So there's lots of jumping, spinning, swinging, and generally trying to maneuvering around in here. And because of the quite wonky little structures, I can't get back through that path. Yeah, Maridia's also got that kind of, you could say, structures and builds. now I actually fell to the special area. It would allow me to go to the Prince Star special area. So there's this little tunnel in here. Made a bit mistake, navigating a bit wrong. I am now at the tunnel, so power bomb here. Yep. Power bomb allows me direct access to hit that lock area. And I may have not said it, but I will say it again, is that area could be a great set piece if you would have a 3D Metroid in having this kind of big watery tunnel, and then you could have a some sort of, you could say, a preview of the area boss doing some sort of swim by or crashing into that pipe, just to give some extra intimidation, in sense that yep, this is the area this kind of thing you're gonna face in here. So be very careful. And of course that sequence could be played out in all kinds of ways. It could be something like a little small quasi-stealth segment. Or it could be something quasi-stealth segment, or maybe or it could be some sort of proto-boss fighting that you get to actually fight against the boss, and then just do some extra or some that kind of things. But in this game, they didn't yet either have artistic ambition or dramatic, you could say, artistic ambition or dramatic daring to pull off that kind of maneuver. So it really isn't that much of a big deal. So go to the ground hole again. Yeah, there's this one unidirectional passages like that tend to be well, they are quite annoying, as they force you then, if you go to a little mistake regarding them, you're gonna then have to backtrack. But usually the trip ways back aren't that big, so it is not that crippling loss. But it still is a bit small loss of time and effort. But there's also, and I really don't like that kind of. I would say that if there would be a modern, or you say slightly about if you wanted to modernize Super Metroid, it would be made so that these gates, once opened, would remain open, or they would change, or they would behave like these doors, which is to say, once you open them with proper tool, they become normal doors. But now actually I have to open that one then, and then I have to speed boost. Because there would be if I would very carefully place myself just here and speed boost up, it would blast me right through all these little corridors and critters and get me into a missile tank. It ain't that important thing. Missiles are not that important piece of Samus' arsenal anymore. But it would still be kind of, you could say, Alright, now I did manage to pull off there. And those are some sort of super space pirates. They are quite much immune to your weapons, a bit of foreshadowing what things you might have to face in future. Super space pirates immune to your beams, at least this level of your beams. But luckily, despite the, you could say, massive amount of endurance, they are not any more, you could say, clever than the other space pirates, so they can be just easily avoided. Oh yeah, these two big rooms are kind of... I'm gonna just not go through this room because, well, there was really no point either going through that way. Also this, and I would say that at this phase of the game, there starts to be quite lots of these kind of big rooms filled with variety of platforming challenges and all that kind of game design things. Which is, I think, all of them was placed to put more emphasis on just how dreary part of the game this is. And as it is also most likely because it's designed to be such part, it ain't really much my favorite, but there's the little missile package I mentioned. See that it's from the other room that I can go and get the super missiles. So now I'm once again back in this room, which has all these spinny, throwy things around. Jumping through that. And then making myself into ball form and rolling through here to get the super missile. Roll through. It's the super missile, just because I wanted to get it. Quite interesting little extra trip to do. Now it is still kind of wandering through all this room, trying to figure out where to go, how to go, when to go. All important matters to consider, think, and ponder. So I can now see that there are these spinny things, globule-like things, or whatever you want to call them. They are there. So now, it's a matter of these. And as I now have gotten myself up, so it is time to jump up here and see what's in this little extra upward corridor. Most likely something good. Quite necessary to comb through the place with very fine tooth comb, and even the water is out. Oh yeah, there's a secret pathway, not explodable, an illusion pathway, or if that would be the proper term to use, leading to another little extra room. star. No, I'm not gonna go through there. At least not yet. Because, well, this was a secret exit from Maridia. And there might be quite few of these. Kind of waste of effort. But still interesting little detail. Just doing some... That was a big, nice little swing. Success. Oops, oops. Oh, damn it. Alright, like that. The swingman controls are not, you could say, the most perfect in this. It's better to, I would say, try to make slow and steady swings instead of big, hefty ones, because there really isn't that much seeing further ahead. Oh, but there's some path down here, so what seems to lead. Well, it leads to this one big room. So I'll be going here. So that path would lead me up. Places for super bombs. There's a save room over there, but I'm not yet going there. And that would be one of the background structure is the little bit of a extra space there would be. And there's even a path down, more path downwards. But there's also even this kind of, let's say, alright, time to make a big jump up here. It's quite nice little detail also regarding design that there are several different plausible methods that can be used to achieve specific goal like flying fast. Trying to get through. Doesn't seem to be anything of interest around here. Yep, nothing of interest. Weird. They might have been, most likely were, but my mental acuity is not that strong in this case. Oh yeah, now I figure out the solution down here. That was a bit of mistiming. So just... Oh damn, my mistake, I forgot the button. Now I got through and got the missile. Even though missile is not that much of a big item, but still, it's a nice thing to have. And there's a very cunning little trap that, yep, don't just walk over, the floor collapses, so remember to jump. And it's also a nice path downwards. Yep. Those things apparently block Samus's super dash. But this way also works just fine. And those things, despite having the fearsome appearance, are not what they look like. They are Mocktroids, not Metroids. They are Mocktroids. They got just one nucleus instead of Metroid's 3, and their, you could say, life-eating ability is way less than what the real ones have. So meaning that, yep, space pirates are trying to beat Metroids in big numbers, but the attempts don't seem to be working that well. So of course they would be some. So they have basically just dumped all the failures into Maridia and then just forgot this. Oh, something in here. A boss called Sotkuinen. Basically, the most efficient idea how to fight against Sotkuinen is just basically just stay in one little location, which is to say in my case, the corner, and then once it comes out, just attack to spin around. You put a blast it with your beams. It seems to have taken quite a beating. Which of course is indicated by the fact that it's getting faster all the time. Come on. But it's actually quite simple boss to defeat. With a big load of wall crumbling down. That would also be a path which leads downwards to a secret location, but I'm just gonna dash right through it instead. Because Maridia's got a lot of annoyingly hard to reach and obtuse little secrets. But the Mocktroids are not much of a threat. But as they can be just blasted apart with that one very not that powerful beam attack either. And here I got more of this. I would guess that without the gravity suit, this might be quite difficult area to navigate, thanks to massive amount of the water just being a kind of, you could say, little gap beneath the suddenly starting to slow Samus down and there being a annoyance. Now I got it. And I'm gonna get to here with a save room, but there's also another room behind there, so I'm gonna check out first what that one has. Oh, it has a life recovery item, life recovery station, which is good. Real nice. But it is time to save and end this episode right here. First half of the Maridia, or most of Maridia has been done. So I'll be seeing you next time. Samus gonna does the pose. See ya.